Naval Aircrew veteran. She has degrees in psychology and clinical counseling. And then 3 years ago, she decided to start her own business. She founded the Mensara Institute, where she actually works with veterans and civilians in mindfulness and plant therapy. So, Kelly, take it away.
Yeah, so the Mensara Institute is actually an institute where we do research on psychedelic therapy for veterans and for women. That's what I'm currently working on now. Just to give you guys a little bit of background, I'm originally from Denver, Colorado. I live in Austin, Texas now. Navy air crew, 5 years. And then when I got out, I contracted for a bunch of different agencies, CIA, NGA, NSA, NRO, bunch of really amazing companies. I highlighted Alku in there. Incredible company. They usually have really competitive contracts, and I loved working for them. My clearance was a TSSCI. I had a full scope poly, which really afforded me an amazing opportunities. And I ended up leaving the contracting world because I was struggling with my mental health. And when you go from really high stakes environments, your brain is wired for those, and your brain's not really wired for the world that was presented in front of me afterwards. So I wanted to get to the bottom of what that meant, and so I started my photography business up, and I started getting brand deals online. I have a pretty big social media following. I was a rugby coach for a little while. I did powerlifting as well. And then in June 2000 or 2024, graduated with my bachelor's in psychology and a minor in digital marketing. And now I'm working my master's in mindfulness-based transpersonal clinical counseling, which is like the longest name ever, but essentially it means that we help people just come home to themselves in a really unique way. The university that I go to is a Buddhist contemplative school in Colorado. I own three different businesses right now. I'm a real estate investor. I have some Airbnbs. I own a media company and social. I do social media marketing for people. And then the research company where I do retreats for women veterans and women in general, just kind of depending on when and where. We're actually headed to Bali in November, which will be really, really great. We do a lot of experiential learning there. I've a laundry list of certifications, and I have been a part of so many different nonprofits and for-profit agencies within the veteran community. Things like Unlock Human Potential, which is UHP. I got my personal training certification through them and an integrative health coaching certification through them. I also got a Women Veteran Leadership certification through Beneath the Service, which is a really incredible program. It used to actually be with another nonprofit, and then this nonprofit bought them out, but really great for women veterans. I believe they have a men's veteran leadership program as well. I'm an Eagle leader for Team RWB. So Team RWB is a really great nonprofit that gets veterans out into the community, and we do a bunch of workouts together. We go for walks together. Right now we're doing 100 miles in the month of February, which is to honor the GWAT veterans, which is really incredible. I was just accepted into the Iraq and Afghanistan Veterans of America cohort, where we'll be going to Washington, D.C. and talking to legislatures about some upcoming initiatives that we're working on surrounding different topics, one of them being psychedelic therapy, which is what my main thing is right now. I'm also in the VWise program this year, which is through Syracuse University. Syracuse University has a lot of entrepreneur programs that allow you to go for free. It's like 75 bucks really, but they fly you out to Atlanta and they fly you out to DC, and you're with a cohort the whole time, and they help you build your business from the ground up. So from concept to elevating it as high as you really want to take it, they help you with that full expansion. So they give you access to things that you wouldn't normally get. I'm certified in sound healing and meditation instruction, which I've done plenty of research around. It really has been shown to reprogram the brain. If people are not necessarily interested in doing psychedelic therapy, we usually start with that first, and we get people into a mindful state to be able to access that when they are ready to try psychedelics. It's helped hundreds of people so far, and we're really working on bringing that to the forefront. I went ahead and put up my social media links. You're more than welcome to follow me, ask me questions. I have a podcast that I will be relaunching in the next year. We kind of just talk about money and how that works, and we bring in a little bit of twist of the things that I've been kind of discussing on here. Yeah, if you want to reach out to me at all, LinkedIn, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, I'm on all of them. I'll be on YouTube soon as well. But that's really kind of my background. The journey of coming out of the military was a really tumultuous time, but it allowed me to really figure out who I was, and I took a lot of different tests to figure that out, like the DISC assessment and different like personality tests to see how I can fit best into different situations, how to work better with people, how to work better with my people, how to lead better. So I'm all ears if you guys have any questions. I really thank you guys so much for your time. This was just supposed to be short and sweet, I know. So
Yeah. So somebody threw a question in the chat talking about the sound healing. Is that like EMDR?
no, so we utilize crystal singing bowls, Tibetan bowls, and different like drums and different kind of beats because the vibrations heal your cells at a cellular level. So what it does is it gets out stagnant energy, and then sometimes people have emotional releases, sometimes people, you know, they experience a variety of different things when you go to like what we call like a sound bath. I call it vibroacoustic therapy, which really has been powerful for me in my own healing journey.
Awesome. And then we had someone raise their hand. So for the next few questions, if you guys just want to raise your hands and I'll call on people in order. So James, do you have a
Uh,
question?
yes, Miss Hein. Thank you for your time. We had
Yeah.
another speaker come. His name was Adam, I believe, and he was speaking about the plant-based healing that you have. Are we talking ayahuasca?
I primarily work with psilocybin, but there are other nonprofits that work with ayahuasca. And I actually used Heroic Hearts to go to Peru to do ayahuasca, and that did help immensely too. So it's definitely a process, and not every psychedelic is good for everyone.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Kelly, my apologies. I was having some internet problems and I was supposed to be hosting this, so I just got online. My apologies. Hi, but
Is that
Jorge, go ahead,
Clay?
sir.
Clay, I'm actually in here. They put me on it.
Oh,
Hey, thank
Yeah,
you.
I saw your message.
Do I go? Do I not go? Okay.
Clay, do you want to take
So,
over? Sorry, guys. Clay,
all
are you
right,
still
well, I
here?
do have a question.
Go ahead. I can
Yeah,
hear
go ahead with the question.
Thanks. Um, so back in 2022, I did ayahuasca and I did that in Ecuador. And it was a really good experience for me, but I didn't feel completely connected with it. And I think is everything that goes after that, like the purging process, I was not too friends with it.
you.
And so that kind of killed a little bit for me. I have not done what you are doing right now, but I also live in Europe. So I was looking into alternatives. It's funny that you're talking about this because this is something I actually want to do. And I did that before joining the Air Force, and I actually want to do it again since I'm transitioning out. I do believe in the power of it. I do believe in how much it helps you to clear up your mind and your thoughts and get a better idea of what you really want that you cannot see from the surface and from all the chaos that it's outside that doesn't let you see through it.
Yeah.
But I was looking into options for Amsterdam because it's closer to me, doing research and all that stuff. But it keeps telling me the best and safest way for me to do it is either in Colorado or in Portland back in the States, but I do not want to do all that journey back and forth because I have to stay here. I don't know
Mhm.
if you have any advice, recommendations, or what would be the best way for me to get the
Are
best of
you
here.
trying to get access to psilocybin, or are you doing ayahuasca again?
No, psilocybin. Yeah.
Oh, okay. There's plenty of places that do it in Europe, tons of them, really. My only suggestion is if you didn't feel that connected with the medicine, then
Mm,
you're gonna want to prepare for it. So if you're not doing meditation, if you're not,
mhm,
utilizing sound healing, it can hinder the experience and potentially, be a bad trip. I don't really believe that there is a bad trip. I think that whatever we need to process really comes up at that moment, and that's what we work through, and we just try to understand it at that level at that time. But if you can train your brain and you can work even with breath work, you can achieve those levels of psychedelic healing with just breath work and meditation alone. So it kind of depends. I would highly suggest that you research the facilities and you call around and see if anybody has some information. If I can find something for you, I definitely will. Just reach out to me, and we'll be in communication.
All right, Jonathan up next.
Hi, how you doing? So this is right up my alley. My wife's stuff that we kind of do, like meditation, Reiki and chakras, all that stuff. So I was wondering, like, is your facilities only in Denver, or are they actually all around Colorado? Because that's what my wife's currently at. So I'm trying to help her out and try to put her inside this program she got going on. Because it sounds something that she would really enjoy.
Yeah, the programs will be out of Colorado. We're actually restructuring at the moment. We're looking at getting more funding for the for the institute itself. So just reach out to me, and I will let you know when we kind of launch that. We're actually launching an app as well, so it'll have some meditations on it and sound therapy, and then we'll be doing one-on-one coaching, that kind of stuff. So just reach out to me, and I will get you connected.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Diana, got you up next.
Hi, Kelly. Thank you
I
for being here. I have a couple of questions. The first one is I'm interested in that veterans retreat for women veterans. How do I get more information about that?
There is a Facebook group. Let me find it really quickly. My friend runs the Facebook group herself. Hold on. And then we go through her because she's a travel agent. So, um, travel, I think it's called like first class female veterans passport and purpose.
I'm sorry, you said first class.
Female veterans passport and purpose. So we'll be launching it on there, and I'll also have those on my social media as well. Next year we go to Italy and Egypt, and this year we'll be going to Bali.
Oh, wow, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for that. And then my other question is I've never heard of UHP. I had to look it up. And so is that something that is that I can use the GI Bill for?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can use a GI Bill to go. Right now they only have personal training, integrative health coaching, and they just added nutrition. But it used to be called the University of Health and Performance, so I want to keep referring to it as the university, but it's not, but it kind of is. So they'll also eventually have like HVAC training, and it's an 800-acre piece of land that this guy bought, and he's just like making it into this beautiful place for veterans, and it's it's an amazing opportunity to just get reconnected, especially if when people get out, they just feel so disconnected from that camaraderie. So I highly, highly suggest that. And I also have a link on that QR code that you can access and submit to an application to. And if you need anything, I can help you get connected with them as well.
Okay, yeah. Is it only on site? That do they have any online classes?
No online classes. It's a 3-week program that you go to
Oh,
typically.
oh,
But
okay.
you can use your GI Bill, and sometimes if you're using your GI Bill or Voc Rehab, so VRNE, then
Mm-hmm.
you can get a scholarship from Team RWB. Team RWB ended up giving me 2 scholarships so I could do the integrative health coaching and the personal training.
Scholarship from where?
Team RWB. They work closely with them, and they
Okay.
want as many veterans as they can get out there.
Oh, really? Okay. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Very cool. James, I had you up next.
Again, I'm back at you, Miss Kelly. So I'm trying to search up Mensara, trying to find your information. I'm not seeing anything pop up. Can you make sure that you drop all your links inside of the chat? And
Yeah,
I
yeah,
did
yeah.
submit you a request on LinkedIn just so because I have follow-up questions about where this topic of discussion is going for sure. And I'm
Okay.
sure Jorge does as well, Mr. Guzman too. I can see him, he's looking on the computer trying to do the same thing I am, and I'm not getting results. He's
Yeah,
on his
well,
phone, his computer, doing it all.
the Mensara Institute is working on its website right now. So I actually have somebody revamping the whole website because we're changing the curriculum right now. So it's not up at the moment.
Understood. And then one, I'm still tacking on. How many ceremonies have you actually done yourself?
How many have I hosted or how many have I been to?
Have you participated?
Um, Probably around like 15.
And the average cost per ceremony?
It depends on which one you're taking. I would say around $3,000, but if you go through Heroic Hearts, it's a donation of up to $500. And then they pay for your flight, and then they fly you out to either Mexico or Peru, or if you're doing psilocybin, they take you to Portland.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Diana, did you have another question? I see your hand is still up. I didn't know if you were.
No, I'm done. Sorry. I'll lower it.
Okay.
I
All
th
right, we got Savion popping in.
Hello, ma'am. Thank you for your time as well. But my main thought is you said you had a top secret. How do you navigate the clearance world with this type of work?
So I do not hold a clearance anymore.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I relinquished my clearance about 2 years ago, so that way I could pursue this.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
yeah.
Okay, yeah. That was just the main because the other guy that came on too, he was saying he had a clearance as well, and I was like, how do you navigate that world? Because it seems impossible.
Yeah, what do you have any questions about like job wise or like
No, mainly just like the last guy, he had a full scope and like I know they do like lie detectors and everything about like those type of drugs and stuff. So I was wondering how he even like I don't know. I just was wondering how he even managed to navigate that. But
That's a
thank
really
you.
good question. Absolutely.
I appreciate you.
Absolutely.
All right. Clay, I know you popped in late. Did you have anything that you wanted to add to this since this was originally your meeting?
Yeah, Kelly, hi, and I live in Lone Tree, so we're kind of hi neighbors. I'm going to look north and wave at you. So, you have all of this, you went from the intelligence world to this, like, and you spent time with Lockheed Martin, you spent time doing a lot of other things. Like, why this? Why do you do this? And what gets you excited every day to help veterans with all of this?
Yeah, so back in 2021, I stopped working at the CIA, and I had like a full-blown mental breakdown. Like I hospitalized myself. I was having really bad suicidal ideations, and I just didn't understand why. There was just a lot of transition happening. I just moved to Colorado. I was working on building another business. I owned a wedding venue for a little while, and I couldn't figure it out. I didn't understand why my brain was just like not functioning properly. So going back to school, I started with a business degree, and I was like, oh, I'm just gonna like figure it out. And that wasn't working either. So I was introduced to sound healing, and I had a lot of profound experiences just laying there and meditating, and like my body started to just feel safe again. And that's really what you want to get to, because your brain is totally wired to be in high stress situations all the time. So when people are like that, they end up not being able to function in a world that doesn't know how to handle that. It's not always high stress. It's not always someone's yelling at you to do things. It's not where you need to be anymore. So I got my bachelor's degree in psychology, and
Metro
started
State, baby.
understanding. What's that?
Metro State, baby. I went there
Yeah,
too.
MSU Denver. Yep. I started really understanding what that meant, like what it truly meant to flip everything on its head and just say, I accept all of the shit that's happened to me, everything from the military sexual assaults to really traumatic events with an abusive husband to just huge, huge things that really they messed me up for a long time, but I have so much love and compassion for people now because I've been able to do the work on myself, and I'm an avid reader. I read about 100 to 200 books every single year. So I wanted to understand why, and going through this has really been such a profound thing for me, like truly finding the community and the veteran community, and feeling that love and feeling so connected to people who understand what it is to go through this. It's that's really what drives me, is to make sure that other people don't have to experience the same thing. They don't have to sit in silence. They don't have to say, oh, I'm fine, or not know where to direct anger, because there's nothing wrong with being angry. It's figuring out how to channel that and put it towards something, and alchemize it into something powerful.
I love it. Sean, go ahead and ask your question, and then I do have a follow up for you.
Hey Kelly, how's it going? Sorry, on the way to get the kids, but appreciate your time. The question I had, just for I myself am going into the reserves, and anyone else that's going into the reserves and still going to be technically under a contract in the Navy, outside of just like general meditation, sound meditation, any suggestions that you would have without being able to go further into the more intense journeys, I guess you'd call it?
Hmm. Get outside. Like go outside, find community. We heal in community. We heal with other people. We heal with people who see us and who understand us. So just find people that you can really confide in, and work on building that network of people. If you asked me how to connect you with somebody, I would figure it out, because I have a network of people, because I've gone to, I mean, oh my gosh, 30, 40 conferences in the last few years, from anything to like writing a book to buying businesses. And it's just allowed me to build that network of people. That your network is your net worth. Like the more people that you have in your corner, the more people you have to confide in, and understand you, the better off you're going to be. So just start building that community now. Start introducing yourself to random strangers on the street. I do it all the time. I meet 3 to 5 people every single day. That's my goal. And it really helps me just feel good and connected, because that's what we miss.
Thank you.
Yeah, was that helpful?
Yeah, definitely.
Fantastic. I do want to pick your brain a little bit more because some people see it as sort of like an alternative education pathway. Could you talk about your time at Naropa and what your experience was like up there, and explain to them the philosophy of Naropa, to everyone here who has not been to Boulder?
Yeah. Naropa is like the definition of a hippie school. Like there's everybody there is they're a lot of fun. They're just really, really great, loving people. I'm currently in school with them still. So I don't get
Okay.
my master's until next June, but I'm actually right now taking on clients for my internship as a therapist, and it has it's just so fun. Like Boulder is just a group of hippies who just want to see everybody happy and loving life. Like that's really all it is. And Naropa has amazing different pathways that you can go. There's I think at least 20 veterans doing a master's in divinity, which is essentially understanding the different religions and what that means, which is really amazing. We have a very small community in general. There's only about 1,500 students at Naropa, so it's a small private school in Boulder, and I'm fully online. That's why I can live in Austin, and I still get full-time BAH because I use VRNE, and I fly back one week out of each semester to spend that with my cohort.
So there are people here that are kind of exploring that option of alternative education, because we've talked about GI Bill, we've talked about all the other benefits and things like that. When you're looking at, just for education for everyone here, sort of those non-traditional education programs, but you can use your benefits for what. Now, obviously, we know why Naropa attracted to you, but like, what are things that you would be looking for if it weren't Naropa, if it was another program, and what other programs were you maybe potentially looking at?
I don't like writing papers. We have maybe like 2 papers per class, and they're short. They're like 5 pages, 3 to 5 pages, really, really short. Most of our learning is experiential learning. So we're going to be on the ground talking to each other. It's a contemplative university. So it utilizes us communicating with each other constantly. We'll sit in a circle and we'll just like talk about the material that we read. And it's a lot of reading. I mean, I probably read 300 pages last week, but it's super unique. So I was looking for a university that allowed me flexibility to be where I wanted to be, and allowed me to experience learning in a different way, because I don't really like traditional universities. Metro was great, but it just like it's not the experience that I was really looking for when it came to a university. And Naropa allows me to be flexible. It allows me to really dig into the material, and it doesn't require a lot of discussion posts and all these other like super annoying things that other universities do. So I would personally, especially as I'm looking at different PhD programs, I would research the professors. I would see what they teach, how they teach. I don't remember the professor website right off the top of my head, but there's definitely one that you can go like look up all of your professors, and I would email some of them. email some of the professors and say, hey, can you tell me a little bit more about this program? Just reach out to people, because it just shows an initiative and like really, really understanding what it is that you want out of it. I was also considering another university in Iowa, and that one is a different mindfulness program, but they do offer a master's degree in mindfulness, which is not necessarily all meditation. Mindfulness can be a lot of things. It can be riding your bike or going for a walk in nature or fishing, that kind of stuff. So it really just kind of depends.
I love it. Nick, go ahead, sir.
Thank you for coming on and talking with us. Really appreciate you. And you sharing your story and, your past. Sometimes it's hard for people to do. But I mean, that's what you're all about, right? Letting it all
Absolutely.
out. So I appreciate that first. Second, I think it's awesome what you're doing, especially right now with the AI on the rise and jobs displacement, and there's a lot of issues with that piece. So I think what you're doing is solid, and I think that more people need to be advocating what you're saying.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you. Thank you so
So,
much.
yeah, I mean, this is the thing that really, as I've been out for 15 years. So everything that you do, I really do find very interesting in terms of bringing that on, especially, when it comes down to talking about the mental resilience. And, I do want to kind of get a little bit more into, somatic regulation and what how it works, things like that, because you know, you and I probably know some of the same people in the world, if you catch my drift, and operators and people who've been in these traumatic experiences definitely would appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. So somatic experiences is going to give you a better understanding of your body. Our minds and our bodies are disconnected in the Western world. So when I'm in a session with someone and there's an emotion that comes up, I ask them where they feel that in their body. So the somatic piece is, if you feel angry and you feel that in your stomach, I want you to sit with that and just breathe into it, so you understand what anger feels like in the body. If you're crying, I want you to if you feel it in your throat, like I want you to bring attention to that, because that's, once we get the mind body connection going, once we understand where these different emotions sit in our body, we can verbalize that to people. We can build better relationships with our partners, with our kids, because that's an understanding that many people don't really have. So the somatic piece is lots of breathing, lots of coming back to your breath, lots of understanding where those different things sit along your body, and being able to breathe into it and allow emotions to come. There's nothing wrong with emotions. There's nothing wrong with being sad or being angry, and nobody should tell you that there is, because these are all normal pieces of being a human being. And if we deny suffering over and over and over again and say that suffering is bad, and not try to understand where that suffering comes from, then it puts a damper on our life, and it makes it difficult for us to move forward. So understanding where that sits in your body and allowing yourself to sit with those emotions for even just a couple of minutes. The emotion goes like this. It's just one big peak. You allow it to be there, and then your body doesn't hold on to it. But if you suck it down and you don't allow yourself to cry, that's what creates illness in the body. The body takes that on, and those emotions are energy in motion. And if you're not allowing them to be put out to something, then you're holding on to them, and that's what creates the sickness.
That's absolutely fantastic. And it does really tie into things like our sympathetic nervous system, to where it can be shot, whether it be you're an Air Force maintainer and you've been around jets, or you're an engineer and you're blowing stuff up, and it's just, there's that constant shock trauma that's going on. So when you are working with a veteran, what is like your starting process to teach their bodies to feel safe again when moving into a quiet office environment or working in a remote environment to where that constant, that constant change and the constant locomotion in our brains doesn't really happen as much anymore. Like, walk us through that for everyone who's here.
Yeah, so I'll just give the example of the retreats that I do. So when we first arrive, a lot of veterans are like so eager to meet and talk and like express things that they've been holding on to for so long. So it's almost so easy to get them to open up in that environment. If I'm one-on-one with a veteran, it can be a little bit more difficult because a lot of the times we don't want to talk about it. We don't want to say that this actually happened or this experience is real because I just need to, suck it up and get over it. And while that can be great eventually, you have to come to some loving kindness and compassion for yourself and compassion for the situations that have happened to you and forgiveness, like deep forgiveness. Because it's never about the forgiveness is never about you. It's never about them. It's always about you. It's allowing yourself to release those moments and really move through them and just accept them at some capacity. So my process would typically be that, we talk about the things that you experienced and I allow you to express things that you feel like you've never been able to express before. Even some of the guys that I've worked with, like they're just so happy to see a face that's actually, been through SEER school and like been in these high stress environments. They're like, man, I've never felt like so seen before by someone. And I think that's what makes it really powerful for me to be in this position and just get them to open up about things that I can handle. Because there's people will look at you like you're crazy when you say something like, I'm, I've seen people be murdered. You know what I mean? Like that's
Yeah.
not something that a lot of people can handle. And I have an open space for them to express those things and truly just work through them and process them in a way that allows them to keep coming back. Because I want you to be in the present. I want you to be here with me. I want you to keep reverting back to right here, right now, which is why we bring it back to the breath every time. Because when you bring it back to the breath, you bring yourself to the present moment. You bring yourself back from wherever your brain is deciding to go. You're rewiring yourself over and over and over again to return to here, return to now. You're no longer affected by anxiety. You're not affected by depression. It's not those things they're non-existent once you can just return home to yourself, return home to now.
I love that. I love that. I kind of want to get back into sort of your professional experience, although I'm getting messages on the side saying that, like, oh my gosh, where has this been all my life? Your resume, your LinkedIn is remarkable. I mean, I was looking at it and I was just like, this is somebody who is the coolest person I've had the ability to speak with in a while. You have skills from clinical research to social media strategy to where you were an Airbnb host and everything. How do you avoid being sort of labeled the jack of all trades but master of none, and being able to sit there and maintain that capability of being that high value strategist and capabilities?
That saying is not the full saying. I don't remember what it is off the top of my head, but it's jack of all trades, master of none.
Yeah.
But that's so funny that you say that. I've been told so many times, why do you not just concentrate on one thing? And I'm like, yeah, but that's not how wealth is built. Wealth is built by being able to put your hands in different cookie pots and figure it out. I'm one of those people who is just like, okay, I bought this house. I'm literally sitting in my house right now that I moved into I'm only moving here for like 3 or 4 months and then moving to an apartment. So I'll be building a third unit in the back, and I've got contractors. I'm meeting with contractors constantly to like figure out how I can put a hot tub in the backyard, and it's just like you get you get into the like, okay, what else can I do? What else can I do? And that's just who I am. That's always been who I am. I'm super flexible when it comes to understanding things and wanting to be better. And it's I put my focus on certain things when I time box it out. So
Okay.
I've got a calendar that I write in, and I'm like, okay, today I'm going to concentrate on my internship. Tomorrow I'm going to concentrate on getting the Airbnb set up, going through boxes, understanding what it is that I need to set this next unit up, or what have you. There's a lot of time on my hands because I'm lucky to be 100% disabled veteran, and I go to school, so I have enough money to live, and I have enough money to utilize my VA loan and figure out all of these different things. So for me, the more that I know, the better off I'm going to be. And that's the mindset that people should have. Not just I want to do this one thing. And that's great for some people, but for me, that doesn't work.
I love it. I love it. James, go ahead, sir.
With you being 100% PNT and going back to just the plant-based medicine, is there anything that the VA covers or will pay for, especially when heroic hearts just they target veterans and dealing with PTSD and everything?
The VA doesn't pay for it right now.
Hmm.
However, there are other avenues as well. So you can go, you can do clinical trials, and they pay you to do clinical trials. So if you want to try it, you can fly out to Houston. I did a clinical trial because I wanted to see what they were doing with it. There's access to the medicine. There's access to ibogaine. There's access to ayahuasca through different nonprofits. I've got a list of like 350 nonprofits, not just in that realm, like anywhere from like learning how to surf to like doing pottery. Like there's so many nonprofits. I think there's over like 600,000 veteran nonprofits. So if you want to do something, it's probably out there. But the VA, I don't think that they're going to cover it for a while until it's gone through enough clinical trials that it makes sense for them. And to be honest with you, we are they make a lot of money off us, continuing to go back to the VA and just expecting a different result, because depression medication doesn't necessarily work. I mean, if you're taking a medication that causes suicidal ideations or depression, it doesn't really make sense. But I'm off my high horse with that one. So
Gotcha.
You and I have the same thought process on that, Kelly. I mean, it's just I have my opinions on the VA, and being that you are so well rounded, there are some people here that are considering. Oh, James, I'm sorry. Did you still have another question, or did I cut you off? Nope. All right, you pulled your hand down. I apologize. There are some here that are thinking about going into entrepreneurship and kind of being your own boss. And some of them, and I know who they are kind of afraid of that instability. What gave you the confidence to bet on yourself and go for it?
the fact that there's trillions of dollars out there waiting to be taken.
I, there you go.
Like there's so much money out there for us. So much, especially if you're starting a new business or you want to get into research or you want to whatever it is that you want to do. It's just about networking and finding those right people. You have to get out there. You have to meet people. You have to establish yourself. And I started a couple different businesses in Colorado. The wedding venue that I ran, and that that would have taken off if my business partner wasn't so horrible at business. But there's different programs that you can get in connection with too. So the Small Business Development Center, there's one in every single state. Go talk to them. Go get yourself a SCORE mentor. SCORE mentors are free, and they're usually people who were CEOs or lawyers or attorneys for these huge companies, and they'll help you write contracts, and they'll help you figure out what it is that you need to move forward as an entrepreneur. Get in touch with Syracuse University. 100% please do that. I'll be going through their entrepreneurship program, the VWise program, and they have programs running once a year for men, women, mixed, and they help you from the ground up. So you don't have to ask all these questions whereas like I didn't know that existed until 2 years ago when I went to I think it was called Texas for Heroes. It was like a weekend
I've heard of
retreat.
them. Yeah.
Yeah, I did a weekend retreat with them, and one of the girls there, she was working there. She was telling me all about it. She's like, "You got to do this program." I was like, "Okay, cool." So I signed up for it. I'm not afraid to sign up for these programs because the more that I get to network, the more people I'm in contact with, the better I'm off I am. I mean, I'm talking to Congress in like a month. So I'm
That's
just like,
yeah, that's fascinating. I like that. James, before I go to you, Nick, you had your hand up and you pulled it down. Did you have a question or no?
She kind of answered it a little bit. More or less, like when she said she had a partner in Colorado with that wasn't really good at business. I'm actually kind of stepping into the entrepreneur space. And I actually was filling out the score sheet right now. So it's kind of funny, but trying to figure out how do you like, it's like one of those things like you have to have good credit in order to get credit, but you don't have credit, you can't get credit. How do you learn the business aspect? I mean, it's probably just getting out there and doing it, right? I guess that's probably what your advice would be is if I don't have business experience, but I'm actually kind of venturing that way, how do I gain my reps or learn like from that?
Alex Hormuzzi is a great resource for that. I don't think that you have to go as hard as Alex Hormuzzi, but he has amazing videos online. For Cody Sanchez, she's also a really good one. Find mentors that you can learn from and make sure that reach out to me if you have questions about becoming an entrepreneur, understanding how money works. Like I'm a great resource for that. I think I have like 25 different credit cards and my credit score is like 800 and it's because I learned how to manipulate money at a very young age and I was like, okay, I can keep getting all of these credit cards and like as long as I'm not sitting here spending on them all the time, that actually looks way better because I've got a huge limit and only like a small percentage of utilization. So just become aware of how money works. Buy a book that teaches you how money works and listen to people who have done it. Cody Sanchez, Alex Hormuzzi, who's the other guy that's really good? Oh, Tony Robbins. Tony Robbins is a great resource too. You can go to his free workshops too. He's amazing. Brendan Bouchard. These are all people that I listen to and try to understand business and how it works and what I can do better.
Awesome. I appreciate that. Yeah, I know. I listened to a couple of those as well, but I definitely wrote some of those other names down. I'm definitely gonna link up with you on LinkedIn.
Sweet. Yeah, please do. Did you guys need the link again? I don't know.
I got it right here. Well, I had it. Now it completely disappeared on me, but I will drop your LinkedIn here. James, I apologize. You were going to be who I was going to next. There we go. Thank you, Nick. James, go ahead, sir.
You're good. Miss Hein, everything is just locked in your brain. Do you have a synergized list of all of the things that you're talking about? This is one of the replays that I'm definitely going to go through. You've been the most interesting speaker, at least for me. And then second question, what are your thoughts on Dan Pena?
I don't know what
You
that
never,
is.
you never heard of Dan Pena?
No, let me write that down.
Oh,
No.
okay. Well, no, you were mentioning Alex Ramosi, Cody Sanchez, and everything. I was just curious to know
Yeah,
if you were familiar.
I'm in Cody Sanchez's program right now, learning how to buy businesses. She's incredible. What's his name again?
Dan Pena, Pena.
Yeah, maybe, probably.
But do you have a synergized list of all of the information just locked in here?
Which information?
All of the resources that you mentioned, trying to get other people's money, tapping into reaching out to you, as Nick had stated, for wanting to become an entrepreneur, um, how to even find a mentor in your local area who is a CEO and have them mentor you because they're getting low on time and death is imminent. There's
Yeah.
people that just want to just tell you things.
Yeah, no, I go to networking events in your area. There's usually groups that do that. There's a speaker association that's pretty big. Gosh, I can't remember off the top of my head. What is it called? Man, just send me a message and I'll find it and give you that information. Where are you
I already
located?
did. I'm in Germany right now at
Okay,
Randstad.
cool. Amazing. That's awesome. Yeah, I will send you any information that you need. Like seriously, every single person could send me a message and I will get back to you with whatever information you need.
Thank you.
Love it, love it, love it. All right, we are coming up to being on to time, but 10 years from now, Kelly, what are you hoping to accomplish the veterans community with everything that you're doing and everything that you have accomplished, and what does that look like for you?
It's a great question. I want to have something that is integrated into the VA. Sorry, someone just tried to call me again. Yeah, I want to have a program that's integrated into the VA. I want to be tapped into TAPS in some way to be able to help transitioning veterans transition better. I want to put another leg on my nonprofit that we're currently building to be able to help veterans find the best nonprofits for them because there's just too many to like sift through, and just understanding yourself at on a deeper level from analyzing yourself with DISC and analyzing yourself with all these other cool personality tests. It would just be so wonderful if we could understand each other at a deeper level like that. And for me, that really just looks like us finding community again and just reconnecting with each other and just supporting each other because veterans help veterans. And that's what I've learned from all of this over the last 10 years is that I wouldn't be anywhere without my veteran friends and colleagues.
That's interesting. So you think 10 years from now, everything that you're done, the VA is maybe going to have that aha moment and sit there and start looking at it more holistically. You mentioned DISC assessments. I'm actually a master DISC certified administrator, so it's just that was just kind of funny. I apologize, but you know,
Like, to be honest with you, I will fight for it as much as I possibly can.
okay.
I am relentless, especially when it comes to talking to legislatures. I'm not afraid of people. I'm not afraid of going for what I want and what I truly believe can help people heal.
I love it. I love it 100%. And a lot of people give me some grief living here in Colorado. Oh, you live in the hippie state and everything. It's like, look what we have here in Colorado that's helping veterans versus the other states that sit there and say, here's your tramadol, here's Toradol, here's your Xanax, here's all this. Have a nice day. James, go ahead, sir. James,
Where'd you go?
I'm
you're
muted.
up. Okay.
There we go. Uh, this is my last question. Miss Hein, being who you are and all of the cookie jars that you've stated that you have your hands in, what belief or habit that you had early on in your career that you had to unlearn just to be effective right now,
You from the military?
just in life general, period.
Ooh, commiserating.
Commiserate.
Commiserating with people and people just complaining about life. Because you get nowhere if you're just complaining. You're not gonna get anywhere if you're just complaining. Everything's horrible. I don't want to go drive because I don't want to sit in traffic. I don't want to do this because it's just too much. It's like, what if you change all of those beliefs and you flip it on their head and say, I do want to do this. I get to do this. I get to be a part of this life. I don't commiserate with people. I don't sit in rooms where people are complaining about other people. I don't talk to people who are mean to each other. The people I surround myself with are uplifting, amazing human beings, and I don't want it any other way. Change your friend group. If people are complaining that they can't make money or they can't do this or there's no opportunity for them, wrong. Like there's so much opportunity. There's endless opportunity. You just have to go out and do it and be in those rooms with people. Be in rooms with people who are smarter than you, who are better than you, because the more people you surround yourself with that are like that, the better you will be. And that is one thing about the military, is that I felt like everyone was always commiserating all the time, just being miserable. And that's nowhere to live. Nobody deserves to be that way.
Get misery loves company, and we always like to complain, but how do we sit there and do it? And that definitely resonates with me for sure. Being, former operator, it was, yeah, everyone sees the cool side of it, but then on the other side, it's a toxic environment, and that's why we do this here at Seven Eagle Group for sure. But with that being said, I that's kind of like all the questions that I had for you. You were absolutely fantastic and really fascinating to speak with today, Kelly. From the bottom of my heart, I do want to thank you for your time. You're the type, I love having people like you come on and chat with the cohort and seeing everything's going on. With the 4 minutes and 20 seconds left, do you what parting words for everyone here with the group today?
I just go after something that you're passionate about. Go after something that you want to do in your life. You're not stuck in just one train of thought. Like if you can dream it, you can be it. Any dream that you have, you can truly achieve that, and you just have to believe that that exists. Because if you don't believe it and you just leave it as a dream, you're never going to achieve something that you truly want. You can have anything in this world, in this lifetime. It's so possible. It's so possible. And I know that because I'm a living, breathing example of it. I came from wanting to kill myself to truly just thriving in life and having the people around me who love me so much, and I'm forever grateful for every single one of them, and you all deserve the same, and you just have to see that and flip the script in your life. If you are sitting in misery, if you're scared, just figure out what root cause of that is and move forward with that knowledge, with that love and compassion for yourself and the people around you, and show up every day the person you truly want to be. Embody your future self.
I love it 100%. Kelly, from the bottom of my heart, and for those of us here at Seven Eagle, thank you very much for your time today. You're going to get 100 LinkedIn connections, 101 including me, because I will be connecting with you, because I do want to bring you back here and continue these conversations with Seven Eagle and all of everyone here. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you for your time today, and we greatly appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you all so much. I'm so grateful for this opportunity, and please reach out to me. I am literally like a book of knowledge, and I just want to share it with you.
You don't have a book, you got a large library if you're reading 300 books a year. But Kelly, it was fantastic.